old do you think this kindergarten is?
20 years. 120.
Really?
Goodness.
No.
It's 30 years old.
Cool.
My name's Catherine Masters. I've been a teaching assistant here for 20 years.
Jenny Berry. I've been here for almost 18 years and I've been working in admin.
Pam Charlton, I'm one of the teachers here. I've been here since 2007.
Judy Caskelly, I've been a director here since 2006 when it moved from being a 1-unit centre to a 2-unit centre.
I've lived in Highfields for a little bit over 30 years and I didn't have any children at that time, but I do remember there was no kindergarten out here and people came knocking on our doors asking if we'd be interested in buying a brick to just help get some money raised, and those bricks would be used to start the building of the kindergarten.
And what did you think at the time? Did it seem like a good idea?
Well, it did seem like a good idea, although Highfields was fairly quiet back in those days. There weren't many houses in the area, but it was a whole community district group of people that got together because they saw that there was a need as Highfields was beginning to grow.
So how many bricks did you buy? You're on the spot now.
I can't remember, but no, it was great and it was just lovely to start seeing it all take shape, and the whole community was really interested in what was happening here.
And I believe the council offered the organising committee their choice of a block of land, I think.
Yeah, that's a very important part of our history. The kindergarten first started at the Baptist Church and they wanted to be associated or affiliated with the Croatian Kindergarten Association. And to do that, they needed to have a purpose-built building and there were certain requirements that they needed to have. So a group of parents approached the Mayor of Crow's Nest at the time and put their case forward, for want of a better word, and asked for a piece of land, and they were offered a choice of 3, and the choice that they took was 1 Bloodwood Street.
They couldn't have known at the time, though, that it was going to be just up the street from the latest shopping centre and very much a hub in this part of the world.
Very much so. It's amazing how things change and develop, so it's wonderful.
I think there weren't really any sporting clubs or community groups formed even back then, so the kindy was one of the first real community efforts that got underway.
Well, since I've worked here for 20 years, I really haven't worked anywhere else except for Highfields Kindergarten. But for me, I love the staff that I work with. We're more like friends than just work colleagues. I love the families that come through the centre year after year, and most of all, I love all the kids that we have. I wouldn't be anywhere else. Best place to be.
How has it changed?
Changes in the playground. It used to be a little gate entrance into the door and your parents waited outside until we opened up the doors to collect their children. We had an old sandpit area down near the front entrance. It all changed. It's a whole new sandpit. There was a little old timber fort that was probably very splintery at the time and the sage tails probably weren't very thick either. It's been totally replaced with a new fort up the back there. The swing area is totally different. There's been lots of changes. Garden area is different, and the growth of the trees in all those years too. It's really become a nice garden outside.
When I started, it was Easter 2007 and Coles was being built. So we got a little shop going in Home Corner, which was a great extension to the play because that was the first big proper supermarket, I guess. But what was lovely, back then we had a little old library and a little shop and a hardware, and there was a family out here with 2 children, a daughter and a son, and they would tie their horses up. They'd ride their horses there and have ice blocks, so we knew them. And last year that girl was a mummy here. She was a parent. So
that's how you know you've become part of the community, when parents go here and then their kids come here.
yeah, absolutely.
They drive a car now, I take it.
Yes, she does.
Very good. So Fraser, firstly, how old are you?
4?
4 years old?
Yeah.
Wow. Have kids changed in terms of the way they learn or their attention spans?
And I think that they're very worldly. would be the things that I have seen change in my 36 years of teaching. The children of today just know so much.
Snake catcher, a vet, an animal expert, and paleontologist.
All of those things?
Yeah,
How are you going to do all of those things?
just because.
When will you sleep?
At night time. but sometimes I have to find pythons at night time.
So some nights you won't sleep at all.
Yeah.
And that's just the life of a paleontologist, snake catcher, and everything else.
Yeah.
We have experts in the field and they're 5-year-olds and they help to teach us.
You know why I want to be a lizard expert?
Why?
Because it's like Komodos, goannas, monitor lizards, all kinds of lizards. And you know what my most favourite pythons are?
I think it used to almost be, when I first started teaching, a little bit still of that seen and not heard as much, or they were off playing, but children have an amazing confidence, their knowledge of the world and everything. It really does all blend into a very exciting time as a kindy teacher.
The marble python.
No, it has another name. I need to remember the name.
Is the other name Fred?
No,
Jason?
no,
Charles?
no, you're just thinking of Bilby name.
Oh, so I've got to be thinking of snaky names.
Yeah.
Is it called the Marvelous Saurus?
No, just think of dinosaur names.
I'm just not thinking at all, am I?
Well, I think it's called. I just need to watch that show. And you know the biggest species of pythons? Now I can remember that big python.
What is it?
The Hermes python.
And how big is it?
About a meter long. And the anaconda's biggest species. You usually find in Latin America, which is at the bottom of the world. And they can eat us.
You know a lot about snakes and dinosaurs. I am very impressed.
That's because I'm the smart.